I'm missing her childhood while chasing deadlines I don't even care about. I hate that I cry in the bathroom at work, but I do. Last week, I locked myself in for 10 minutes just to breathe without someone asking me for something, or someone else needing me to fix their problem. My daughter's face kept flashing in my mind. Her little hands reaching for me this morning, the way she yelled, "Mommy!" Like she hadn't seen me in a week, even though I'd been in the same apartment with her all night. And I just sat there, staring at the tiles, trying to remember what it feels like to exist outside of deadlines and spreadsheets. I've always been proud of my career. I like control, structure, a sense of achievement that I can point to. But motherhood, God, it's like trying to juggle fire with your bare hands. I thought I could do both. I thought, okay, you'll work hard, come home, be patient, read books, make meals, tuck her in, smile, laugh, and somehow feel like a full person at the end of the day. I thought I could keep my identity intact while also being a good mom. And maybe I was naive, but I didn't realize how raw the trade-offs would be until it was happening. Some days I feel like I'm cheating both worlds. At work, I zone out in meetings because my mind is somewhere else. Her nap schedule, whether she's eaten enough, whether she's missing me. And at home, I'm checking emails while she's trying to show me how she stacked blocks or drew a family picture. I try to focus, I really do. But it's like my attention is a balloon with holes. No matter how hard I blow air into it, it leaks out before it can reach full size. My partner is supportive, I think. He says all the right things. "You're doing your best," he tells me. And yes, maybe I am, but it doesn't feel like enough. When he says it, I hear it as, "You're not failing yet." 'Cause I do fail. I forget to text her teacher about a field trip, I miss a nap, I spill coffee on myself right before a meeting, and sometimes I snap at her for something stupid, like she asked for a snack in the middle of a deadline. And then I see her little face crumble and I feel like the worst person on earth, like my ambition is a crime. Exhaustion is the constant background noise. It's not just tired. It's a marrow-deep, gnawing thing that seeps into my skin. Some nights I fall asleep at 10 with my laptop still open, and some nights I stay awake long enough to finish one more report, thinking maybe if I just get this done, everything will be okay. But it's never okay. It's like trying to fill a bucket with holes. Every achievement, every completed task feels hollow because I know there's something or someone on the other side waiting for more of me. I've caught myself thinking, maybe if I just quit, I'd be a better mom. And then I panic because I know I'd lose the part of myself that isn't defined by diapers, tantrums, and bedtime stories. My career isn't just a job. It's the part of me that remembers who I was before motherhood, who I want to remain. But motherhood, it's all-encompassing, it swallows you whole if you let it. And I feel like I'm always letting something slip through the cracks. The worst moments are the ones I don't see coming. Like last Friday when she was sick and I had a presentation I couldn't miss. I ended up setting her up in front of a tablet with cartoons and sitting in the bathroom pretending I was making phone calls just so I could hear her laugh without crying myself. I thought maybe if I could just survive this one day it would get easier. But the truth is, it doesn't. The truth is, it's every day, every hour, every breath. There's no switch. You don't suddenly get better at it. You just continue. And then there's the guilt. Oh, the guilt. I feel it like a physical weight pressing down on my chest. I feel guilty when I leave her with the babysitter because I have an early meeting. I feel guilty when I can't finish that meeting on time because she needed me to calm her down. I feel guilty when I scroll through work emails at night instead of reading her bedtime story. I feel guilty when I dream about going back to just work, when I dream about escaping the endless laundry and toys and demands. And then I feel guilty for feeling guilty. It's like guilt has multiplied into this monster with too many heads. Sometimes I try to talk to other moms, but their solutions feel alien. Just let go, they say. You can't do it all. I know they're right. Logically, I know it. But emotionally, can't. I can't just let go of the part of myself that's ambitious, that wants to be competent at work, that craves recognition. And I can't let go of the part of myself that wants to be the kind of mother who doesn't yell, who remembers birthdays, who makes pancakes with little faces drawn in syrup. And the tension between those parts is exhausting. I don't know if there's a perfect solution. I don't even know if there's a right way to balance. Some nights I just lie in bed and wonder if everyone else has it figured out while I flail around like a drowning swimmer, grabbing at anything that feels like control. I can't even describe the shame that comes with that thought. It's pathetic, I tell myself. You chose to have a kid. You should know what to expect. But having a kid isn't a checklist. It's a daily negotiation between your own needs and someone else's survival, and somehow you are never fully prepared. And yet, despite all of it, there are flashes of joy that hit me like lightning. Like when she runs into my arms after daycare, or when she draws a picture of our family and gives it to me, proudly declaring, "Look, Mommy, we're together." Those moments make the exhaustion, the guilt, the chaos worth it, if only for a second. But the second passes quickly, and then the juggling starts again. I don't even know what I'm asking for. Maybe I'm just confessing because it feels like no one really sees this version of me. The version that's ragged, tired, and constantly second-guessing herself. The version that cries in the bathroom at work and laughs at cartoons with a toddler at the same time. Maybe that's motherhood, I guess. A constant oscillation between pride and self-loathing, joy and guilt, accomplishment and failure, all in the same breath. Some nights, I lie awake imagining a life where the scales somehow tip evenly, where I can excel at work without feeling like I'm abandoning her, where I can be patient and present at home without letting deadlines spiral into chaos. And then I realize that's a fantasy. The truth is messy, jagged, and exhausting. It's coffee-stained notebooks, missed calls, baby wipes shoved in my bag with my laptop charger, and guilt so thick it clogs your throat when you try to swallow it down. I had a breakdown last week. One that made me question everything. I was on a conference call, presenting our quarterly results, when I felt a wave of nausea and tears at the same time. I muted myself and just let it out. Sobs shaking my shoulders, hands clutching the edge of my desk. I could hear my boss's voice somewhere in the background, asking if I was okay, and all I could think was, "No, I'm not okay. I'm barely keeping my head above water. I'm failing at everything I care about." I left the call after a few minutes and hid in the stairwell. Nobody knows. Nobody can know. It's embarrassing, pathetic, but it's real. The hardest part is that no one can fix it for me. My partner can try, my friends can listen, my family can offer advice. But at the end of the day, I'm the one balancing the plates in my hands. I'm the one who has to decide which responsibility takes priority. And that decision, it never feels right. Every choice carries a shadow of guilt. I'll leave her at daycare for a few extra hours so I can finish a report, and I'll feel like a monster. I'll stay home to read her bedtime stories and realize that I've missed an important client call that could have propelled my career. I wonder if this is the invisible labor of motherhood. Not just the cooking, cleaning, and changing, but the mental arithmetic of who you are supposed to be at every moment. Calculating what's acceptable, what's forgivable, what's necessary. I feel like my brain is a spreadsheet constantly updating in real time, every cell filled with anxiety. And unlike work, there's no completion bar for parenting. You don't get a notification that says, "Task accomplished. Good mom for the week." There's only this relentless, endless, amorphous demand. And yet, some mornings, there's a strange sense of beauty in it. When she toddles into my room with hair sticking up in all directions and sleep still in her eyes, smiling anyway, it feels like the universe is whispering, "You're doing something right." Those moments are fleeting, and maybe that's what makes them so potent. It's brief validation that cuts through the fog of exhaustion, reminding me that this chaos has meaning, that this struggle is not pointless. I've tried coping strategies. I make schedules, color-coded calendars, mommy time and work time. I breathe, I meditate, I read articles about how to balance career and motherhood. None of it works perfectly. None of it stops the guilt from creeping in. I've learned to survive in fragments, stealing small pockets of sanity wherever I can find them. Cup of coffee alone before anyone wakes up. A 30-minute walk listening to music that isn't nursery rhymes. A late-night text to a friend that says simply, "I'm losing it a little, can we talk?" It's exhausting to constantly be negotiating with yourself. And maybe the hardest truth is that it doesn't get easier, at least not in the way I hoped. You don't suddenly feel competent, accomplished, and fulfilled in both roles. You just keep going. You make mistakes, you apologize, you try again. And sometimes you laugh at the absurdity of it all because if you don't, you might break entirely. Last night, she hugged me tightly before bed and whispered, "Mommy, I love you more than all the stars." And I wanted to cry, but not in the ugly, exhausted way. This time it was relief and awe and something fragile that felt like hope. Maybe balance isn't a perfect equation, and maybe it never will be. Maybe balance is a series of tiny, imperfect decisions, punctuated by moments like this that remind you why the struggle is worth it. I don't know if I'll ever feel like I have it figured out. Some days I get angry at myself for being tired. Some days I feel immense pride for surviving another week. Some days I collapse into bed wondering how I can do it all again tomorrow. And that's life now. Life with a toddler, life with a career, Life with a constant tug-of-war between responsibility and love. It's exhausting, it's messy, it's full of guilt, but it's also, somehow, full of tiny, incandescent pieces of joy that keep me moving forward. I guess what I want to say is, I don't have answers. I don't have a guidebook, a blueprint, or a magic formula. I'm just doing my best in a life that demands more than I sometimes have to give. And even when I fail, and I fail often, I'm still trying. I'm still present. I'm still breathing. And maybe that's enough. Maybe that has to be enough. Because in the end, it's not about achieving perfect balance. It's about showing up. It's about the little things, the fleeting moments, the tiny gestures that remind us we're human and loved and trying, even when everything feels like too much. And that, however messy, however chaotic, is what I hold on to when I can't seem to hold anything else.